Hi guys, so it is my time to do my second video, and because of the awful weather outside, I resorted to filming my landing. So make the best what we can do, because this is the best place in my house probably. So this week, obviously looking back at my previous video, it was quite a hard video, quite challenging, which I think is good to have variation, but this week what I'd quite like to do is make a video for when it's not a good day, you know what I mean? Like if you're feeling a bit rubbish, a bit sore, a bit achy, and my other video isn't appropriate for that day because you're having a bad day, and it might even be that you're just a bit fed up, because I think everyone is at this point. So this session I wanted to do a nice easy session, something nice and gentle that you can do even if you're having a really bad day and everything's really quite sore. Now I'm doing a lot of my stuff on the floor just because I find that easier and it's the easiest place for me to film, but all of these exercises can be done sat on a chair, sat on your sofa, or even stood up. So there's really you don't have to be on the floor. You can if you want, I am, but you can be sat down to do this as well. So it's nice and simple, and it'll be quite a short video this week just because, like I said, if you're having a bit of a bad day, you don't want to spend hours exercising. It might just be sort of 15 odd minutes, and that's fine. That's really okay. As long as you keep moving and keep trying to do something, that's all you can do, isn't it? So to start with, it's just some gentle wrist movements. So you can either hold your hands together and rock or roll your wrists backwards and forwards. So you can go back and forth. You can have your hands separate, just circular motions. I quite like this one, but I'd say you can do one hand at a time. You can go up, down, and now your range might not be as much as mine. It might just be this, and that's fine. Like I say, this is a gentle video, so this should be just nice. It shouldn't be uncomfortable, it shouldn't be sore. Just a nice movement within your range that's comfortable for you. So we're just going to do this for around a minute. Maybe try going backwards and forwards as well. And try going sort of side to side as well, like this. Lovely. You can also do sort of one hand at a time. It's just about getting some movement in that wrist. And then try and include some of your fingers as well. So maybe come down your palm, stretch your fingers out. Now, I don't expect you to get that sort of range again if it's here. Happy, or even if it's just opening your hands up and closing them. Open them as wide as possible, try and get those fingers straight. I'm happy with that as well. Or a light stretch on your fingers. Don't forget your thumb as well. Oh my gosh, these bloody cats. Right, we're back again, sorry. Yet another cat interruption. He's not actually meant to be upstairs, but I digress. So we've been moving our wrists round, back and forth, forward and back. So our wrists should be nice and warm. Now we've been moving our fingers and our thumbs just to make sure they're nice and warm. Now, next thing I wanted to do was a wrist stretch. So again, I'm doing it on the floor, but you can do this on a table as well. So imagine I'm stood up and my hands are on the table. You're gonna pop your hands flat onto the table or the floor. You're just gonna reach over. So if I do it this way, you're reaching over and back, over and back. So it should be a nice stretch along your forearms. So just come in forwards and backwards. You can do that for a minute as well. Now again, this is just to your range, however you feel comfortable. Come back a bit. So this shouldn't be hurting. Might be a slight stretch, which is good, but shouldn't be hurting you. And now if that's feeling quite nice, and it's not hurting, it's not too uncomfortable, you can go around in a bit of a circle. Around. Just putting some weight through those wrists. Again, this can be on a tabletop, so you're not putting all your weight through it, just part of your weight through it. This is really about you and what you feel like your body needs today, because obviously if you're watching this one and you're doing this video, it's a bit of a rough day for you. Good. Now, the next one is you're just going to turn your wrist around like. Now this might not work for some of you, and like if you can't do that, that's fine, even if it's just here. So just try to twist your wrist around a little bit and try and shift your weight backwards and forwards as much as you can. Now again, this is quite a big stretch. So if this is too much and your body doesn't like it, switch back to this one. Come forward and back and around. There really is no, it's not strict. Modify it how you want, and like I say, on a table or on the floor. And if you can, just hold a stretch here. Keep those fingers flat on the floor, and all I'm doing is bending my elbow slightly. So you can do that in this position, or you can just come forward and hold that there. So again, this is your body. You know, hold that. Lovely. I think that's our wrists and fingers completely butchered. So the next thing we're going to be working on is our shoulders. So for this, I'd recommend you stand against a wall. I'm going to be sitting again because it's easier for you to see what I'm doing. I've got my door here, but you're going to sit or stand right up against the wall. Sit up as tall as you can. And then you're going to take one hand, you're just going to reach up the wall and back down the wall. Now, you're trying to keep this hand in contact with the wall behind you. If you can't reach that, that's fine. You can always turn round. So imagine the wall's here, turn around and reach up that way. If you've got your back to the wall, it's just going to be a bit of an extra stretch. But like I say, you can do it facing forwards, and then that alleviates some of the pressure on your shoulder. It's more about keeping that movement rather than if you're doing it facing forwards or backwards. So I'm just going to go for 8 of these. So you're going to reach all the way up and all the way down. Try and keep your back in contact with the wall, or if you're facing the wall, try and keep your back nice and straight. And it might be that you can only get to here, and that's fine. This is all about your body today. Got 2 more on this side. Good. Now I'm going to swap sides. You can do these at the same time, but it's quite nice to relax into them one at a time. So you reach up and down, reach up and down, up and down, up and down. And one more. Good. Now that is quite strenuous on your shoulders, but it is quite good also to try and keep some range. Like I say, you can face forwards if you can't get your hands flat on the wall. The next thing you're going to be doing is, first of all, you're going to stand relaxed against the wall, and then you're going to stand up tall and bring those shoulders back. So it's a very small movement. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell, but so imagine this is me, the wall's behind me, and I'm just stood relaxed. Then you're going to bring those shoulders back and relax again. Shoulders back and relax again. Okay, so I don't know if you can see me if I do it here. Yeah, that'll do. So you're going to stand close to the wall, relaxing, then bring those shoulders back. Relaxing, bring those shoulders back. Now try and bring them back and down rather than back and up. So shoulders back and relax. We've got 5 more. In your own time, you don't have to do it at my speed. Shoulders back and relax. Shoulders back and relax. Shoulders back and relax. Shoulders back. Relax. One more. Shoulders back and relax. Good. We've got one more exercise to do with shoulders. And again, it's another very small movement. And there's 2 options. You can either do it on the floor, on all fours like this, or you can do it if you're stood up and there's a table, leaning over a table, or you can do it pushed against a wall like this. So I'll show you like this to start with. Again, you have your elbows extended, back nice and straight. I'm going to come a bit closer. Back nice and straight. And what you're going to do is bring your shoulders forward and back. So I don't know if you can see that very well. It's a very, very small movement. Keeping your arms straight, you're going to push the wall away and then come back to neutral. Push the wall away, come back to neutral. So I'll show you if you're on the floor as well. So if you're on the floor, your hands are underneath your shoulders. You're going to keep your elbow straight and push the floor away and relax back down. So it's almost like you're pushing your shoulders back. Now I wonder if you're running out of space. If you can see it better if I do this. So shoulders, hands under shoulders. Push the floor away, back again. So it's a very, very small movement in your shoulders. But like I say, against the wall, on the floor, or on a table, it's up to you. And we're going to do 8 of those as well. So I'm going to do them on the floor. So you're going to keep your elbows straight, push the floor away, go back to neutral, that's 1. Push away, neutral, 2. Push away, neutral, 3. Push away, neutral, 4. Push away, push away, push away, push away, and 1 more, push away. Good. So I end up being a bit of a shoulder workout, but it's more about the mobility of those shoulders and that thoracic spine. So I've said to do 8 of each exercise, but if you do 2, 3, 4, however many your body needs today, it's not a problem. So next thing we're going to do, we did it in my last video, and I find that these are quite nice and quite comfy on the back. So like I say, I'm doing it on the floor. You can do this on a chair, no problem. And it's our body rolls. So you're going to come over to the side, you're going to roll forwards, round to the other side, and back up. You do the whole thing, so 4 times each side. So this is number 2, going round. Good, and all the other way. Lovely. So like I say, you can be doing that whilst you're sat on a chair as well. It doesn't have to be on the floor. Or you can be sat on your bed, you can be sat on your sofa. It's more about the movement of that spine rather than what you're sitting on. So we've only got a couple more exercises left. I told you it's going to be a short one. So next one, we've all done it before, it's child's pose in yoga. You can do this if you're stood up with your hands on the table as well, it doesn't have to be on the floor. So you're just going to bring both arms forward and relax back onto your heels. So like I say, imagine I'm stood up and this is a table, so you can do it that way as well. You just relax forward. I'm just going to hold that for 30 or so seconds. Really reach those arms out, feel the stretch in your shoulders and your back. And relax. Now it's worth noting that your leg position does play a part in this. So legs together is going to put a bit more of a stretch through your hamstrings and your glutes like this, and it might be a bit more uncomfortable in your hips. You can take your legs out a bit wider, which sort of gets your legs out of your way, your tummy. There's a little bit less stress on your hamstrings, but if you don't get all the way back, that's fine. So even if it's just to here, that's absolutely fine. So if your heels don't meet your bum, that's fine. Or if they do meet your bum, that's fine. Knees together, knees apart, either way, doesn't matter. Whatever's comfortable for you. This isn't really about your lower body. This is more about stretching your back out. So I'd quite like to do that 2 more times. So we're gonna bring your arms forward and stretch back. Good, and relax. And then we've got 1 more to do. Now I'm holding these for 30 seconds, but if after about 10 to 15 seconds your body's saying, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, then stop. So last one. And remember, you can be doing this on a table as well. It doesn't have to be the floor. And now one little bonus one is you're gonna take, to start with, take your left hand, cross it over your right hand, and then you're gonna relax back the same way. So you should feel a nice stretch along this side here. And you're just gonna hold that for one lot of 30 seconds, or 10 or 15, whatever your body says. Good. And now the other way, so taking your right hand, cross it across your left and sit back. Now again, you might not be able to go all the way back, you might just be to here, that's fine. Lovely. Now I just wanted to finish off this session with some breathing exercises, because in this video we're not doing cardio, we're not getting you really out of breath, which is what we need to get that nice rib expansion. We need to do that in other ways. So there's a 3-part yoga breath that I know about, which I find quite helpful. So again, you could be sat on a chair, I could be sat cross-legged just because it's easier. So to start with, just going to take some normal breaths. Try and be in through your nose, out through your mouth. Right, next thing you're going to do is you're going to concentrate the breath on the top part of your lungs up here. So you're just going to be breathing. Don't know if you can see that very well, but the top part of my lungs. So it's normally quite short, sharp inward. So to just do 2 more of those. Good. Next, you're going to concentrate your breath into your belly. So you're just going to be taking a deep breath in. This is going to be a bit of a slower breath. So breathe all the way in, right into your tummy. All the way into your tummy. Don't know if you can see stomach moving. Try and arm that way. One more. Lovely. Now, I know I said 3 parts, but it's easier to think of the 3rd part once you've done the 1st and 2nd. So, because the 3rd movement is more of your whole chest this way. So it's sort of the lower part of your chest, so it's not your upper part that you've breathed in to start with. It's not your belly, it's the mid and lower rib cage going out in all directions. Okay, so you're going to start off by breathing into the top of your lungs. You're then going to continue that breath into your mid lung, And then you're going to go right down into your tummy and out. So I do it all again, but I won't talk this time so you can see what I'm doing. So it goes upper, mid, then tummy. Okay? So. You try and breathe out in that staging as well. I'll go to the side so you can see a bit of what I'm doing as well. Keep my arm out of the way. So. So starting off at the top. So you breathe out in that order as well. If I put one out. It's really hard to know where to put my hands so you can see my ribs and tummy. So I hope that makes sense. To be honest, if you're not able to get the 3 parts, that's fine. Just some nice deep breathing, including your tummy. Try and really expand out those lungs. I'm happy with. But if you want to try the 3-part breath, it actually feels quite nice and it's quite therapeutic. So we've just done a lot of deep breathing. So your head is probably spinning, much like mine is. So in a moment, we're going to do it all again. We're just going to do 3 lots of those 3-part breaths when you're ready. So when the room's not spinning because you've just blown off all of your CO2. So off we go. We've got 3 more. If you need a bit more time, that's fine in your own time. Good, lovely. Now, I did want to finish off with just some relaxed breathing exercises. This is one that I've been using that helps me get to sleep quite easily. So if you want to lay down, that's fine. If you want to sit up, relax back in the chair. This is just a bit of relaxation, just to chill you out and try and forget what's going on the rest of the day. So again, it's all about the breath, but don't worry too much about where this breath is going. Try and make it deep into your tummy, but if that's really uncomfortable, that's not the purpose of this. So it's called it's a 4 beat breath. So you're going to breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and out for 4. Okay. Try and breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth if you can. If that's really uncomfortable, then breathe however you have been for the last however many years. So, gonna breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. So I'll count using my fingers to show you what I'm wanting you to do. Is did a little bonus 5 there. So that's what you're going to be doing. Now, to make it easier for you, I'm going to be counting for you rather than doing the exercises. I'd like to do this only maybe sort of 5 breaths worth. So we'll do it all together. You're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Good. And again, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now I'm going to ruin that nice zen feeling you've got by talking at you. So I hope you did enjoy this video this week, guys. So like I said, I wanted to keep it as minimal as possible, just focus on some main areas. The one thing we didn't do was some neck exercises, which try and keep that neck moving, but we've got plenty of other exercises and lots of different great ideas from all the different videos that's already been posted. So this was just a very gentle sort of, it was meant to be around 15-20 minutes, but because I don't stop talking, it's around the half an hour mark. But again, it's nice and gentle. You take from it what you will. I'll write in the description a breakdown of everything that we've done so that you don't have to listen to my voice. And equally, if the breathing exercise isn't something that you find helpful, you don't have to do them. It was just more to try and get that rib expansion, because we obviously know you can get tight around your rib cage as well with AS. So yes, I'm your physio for this week. If you do have any problems or concerns, or you're worried about anything, please do give me a message. I don't bite, especially when in quarantine, because I have no contact with you. So yeah, I will stop rambling. Hope you'll have a lovely week. I hope you had a lovely bank holiday, and I hope to see you all soon. All right, so take care and stay safe.